Hi, how
Hi
are we all
there.
doing today? So today is, what day is it? Because I just got done with my shift and I've been up for quite a while. I'm a paramedic by trade, so I work 24-hour shifts, and there's only one possible way I can do that. And we'll talk about this, our Ignite coffee. I had a double dose this morning. Plus, I am sporting my energy patches like you wouldn't believe. So my name's Heidi. I am the one of the independent promoters for Innov8tive+POSH. And today I've got a special guest. We're going to talk business matters with my dear friend, Melody Masters. Hi, Melody. How are you doing?
Hey, Heidi. Good. How are you doing?
I am probably a little overtired.
Sounds like, I mean, that's a lot of hours and a lot of energy to put out there. But you would never know it looking at you. You look great, and you're.
Well, there's only one way I can do that, and it's the vitamin patch regime that I use throughout the course of my shift. It really does get me through the day.
I'm sure it does. Yes.
And there's little cat naps of like maybe 30 minutes to an hour in there. So it's not completely awake those 24 hours, but it's pretty close. So I would love to ask you some questions.
Sure.
So, because I know that you have a background in nutrition, is that true?
Yes, I've been in health and wellness for the better part of 50 years. That's a big number to be thrown out there, right? But am a board certified nutritionist. I have a degree in nutrition, and I have done anywhere from having retail stores, health food stores. I've had a couple of those. I've published a health magazine. I see people. That's what I've done more recently, is seeing people one-on-one with nutritional counseling. So it's my lane.
And where in the world are you from?
I am in Fort Collins, Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah, originally from the Chicago area, but I've been here for 40 plus years. So I call this home. Yes.
So then how did you get your start with Innov8tive?
Well, I actually was looking for a product for a specific client of mine who it was not able to swallow very well, swallowing was very painful. And what I usually work with, had been pills and capsules. And she even said to me, don't even ask me to drink a smoothie because I'm not going to do it. She's a young woman in her 30s and all but bedridden. So anyway, what happened is I was like, well, I have no idea what I'm going to find. But when she asked for some help, her and her mom, I got online. And the interesting thing that happened is Facebook.
Really?
Somebody, yes, that Sarah Pease, who is my immediate upline, was all over Facebook talking about these patches and talking about and I was like, what? Now, I realize, people use, excuse me, patches for nicotine or for pain, I understand all of that, and I just had never thought about it. So anyway, I was like, what do I have to lose? And so that was about 1.5 years ago, where I thought, before I asked my client to try this, I thought, I want to see if these work. So I ordered some patches, put all my pills and capsules away, my whole big basket full of pills and capsules, right? And tried them.
You know what, for me, the Innov8tive kind of fell in my lap, but you had mentioned something about your friend not being able to swallow. I struggle more so with digesting the pills because I have stomach issues. So when this fell into my lap, I was on the tail end of getting through my paramedic schooling. And we had learned, you're learning about how the body works. And I guess I never thought about this before, but your body actually ruins some of those pills. So you're not even getting all the nutrients. So when I learned about the patch and the topical, you're totally bypassing the gut.
it makes so much sense on so many levels. And what happened then, as I started, because I have a practice, a nutritional practice, I started asking different clients if they would consider trying this and giving me feedback. And speaking to what you just mentioned, people were constantly saying, oh, my gut feels so much better. I'm not having to think about what have I eaten before I can take my pills, and or people just said, let me just be honest with you. I wasn't doing what you were telling me to do because I wouldn't take pills 3 times a day. And so they weren't getting results.
Yeah.
Right. So the idea of just putting a few patches on morning and night, or just once a day, whatever we came up with, everybody, not everybody, but 90% of my people were like, oh, I'm more than willing to try this, and it just kind of was very organic. So even though, I was looking for something for a particular client, what has happened then is how it's just kind of blossomed into the majority of my people that I work with professionally, and then also family, friends, how that all just expands, are now working with the patch technology because it's so much easier, kinder, and the amount of availability, 95 to 98% as opposed to 10 to 15.
Yeah. I was amazed when I learned that.
It's mind blowing. And when you get your head wrapped around that, it's like, why wouldn't you? It's so much more efficient.
Yeah. So you're already a business owner, essentially.
I have been self-employed. I'll tell you what, when I was 17, I worked at Burger King for a little while. And I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to, and I went to college, got my degree in nutrition because I've always been curious about food and, how we support our body. And so, yes, I have been self-employed my entire career, one way or the other.
The business part of this probably came pretty naturally to you?
Well, parts of it, yes. But I am the classic person who was like, network marketing, oh no. I've
never heard of it.
And I've had opportunities in the past. When I think of it now, with some essential oils or different things, and I've always just run the other way. I don't want to get involved. And, that all came from not really knowing what it could be or whatever. So for me, it's been a big shift to going from more of the retail mindset. And even though we do things on a retail level, it was brick and mortar for me. I've always had offices and brick and mortar and all of that. So this took, and it's still, I'm new. I've only been doing this for a year and a half. So I still have a lot to learn about the ins and outs of working with people and growing a business and doing things as efficiently as I can. What has happened for me, again, as I mentioned, it's all been very organic, which is how I prefer things. I don't like to struggle. I just don't.
No.
And, but I will also share with you that I went through a life situation. I lost my home in a wildfire a few years ago.
I heard.
Everything, whatever that was. But it put me in a position where I kind of needed to start over in my mid 60s. I'm almost 70 years old.
You don't look it.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. But that's kind of a daunting task, to say, oh, I'm starting over. And that is where the gift, I feel, of Innov8tive+POSH is the timing. Timing is everything. And, I just believe things happen the way that they're supposed to. And when I'm going, what do I do now?
And for the cost, I was amazed, like $50.
Oh,
you can't go out to dinner for that anymore.
So when I had retail stores before, and again, we know now that I'm more of the senior member of the group, right? When my first health food store, I opened in 1987.
Okay.
Okay. My inventory back then to get started was $64,000. That didn't include my rent, my insurance, any of those kind of things. That was just inventory.
Wow.
Right? So I know it's kind of staggering. And so that is part of what happened for me too, Heidi, is that I was like, I have been retail. It's really hard for me to pay retail. So I will definitely invest the $49.95
Mm-hmm.
because yes, like you say, that's dinner, or you know what
So
I mean?
what do we, because I don't think that I talk about this enough.
Mm-hmm.
What do we get for that $49.95?
Well, $49.95 is you become a promoter one. So that one-time price for an entire year, you get 15% off of everything that you purchase. And then if you have customers that you are sharing with, you also get that 15% of what they're purchasing.
That is what I liked, is you can start to make some money right away. Where I get lost is the levels that you can make.
But you know what? It's so simple. And I'll tell you what my experience was. And again, even though I've been in business for a lot of years, sometimes I don't always pay attention to those things because my thing is all about, I really want to help people. I want to help people feel health and well-being. And I don't always pay attention to the nuts and bolts.
No.
So as I was doing this, and as I was telling you, I'm asking clients and I'm signing up as customers because again, I don't want to be ordering as much for them. Some people I will, but I want them to be independent and feel empowered. And I'm doing this for a little while, and pretty soon my upline person, she reaches out to me and she goes, "Do you realize you have money in your wallet?" And I'm like, "What's a wallet?" I mean, that is how not prepared for this business aspect of it that I was. And I said, "No." So I went and checked, and sure enough, there was some money in there. And I'm going, "What? This is so cool." So, then I figured out my wallet and I thought, oh, this is a way, it's kind of a win-win. People are excited about this. They're liking it. And I am making money. I'm having an income stream without having to have a $64,000 inventory.
And it doesn't feel like selling. Like, I'm not a salesman by any means at all.
Mm-mm.
But I just talk about what I like and what it's done for me.
Correct. And, I think that is the thing. You're sharing your experience. I also share from others' experience because I do have a clientele basis. I don't experience all of it, but with their permission, people are happy to, most people are happy to say, sure, let people know, whether it's sleeping better, digesting better, having more energy, weight managing, whatever it is. If you share to people what your experience is, I mean, how can you not?
Yeah.
Right.
So what's your favorite part about and I call it the innovative family, because to me, I feel like I found my tribe of people, like people that have the same goals and wants and desires that I do. And I didn't think people like that existed, I'll be honest with you, until, essentially Innov8tive fell into my lap because it was given to me by a friend when I was in a very negative spot. And it just kind of fell out of the sky for me. And then I started watching the trainings and talking to people, and they're just like me.
Yeah, right. No, I'll tell you, so when this showed up, as life would happen, right? It was real close to one of the conventions in Dallas a year ago, last April, a year ago. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to go. I'm going to get a feel for it because I'm very, people can say whatever they want to, but if I can be in the presence of people and kind of see what their energy is and all of that, that's my preferred way.
Same.
So I went, and I went with the intention of talking myself out of doing this. This is horrible. But I was like, so what don't you like about the company? What don't you like about the people? What don't, and nobody was telling me anything negative. And I'm going, what? And then what has happened in the last year and a half, and this it's not been my experience that it happens frequently in the business world or corporate, whatever it might be in the world in general, is the inclusiveness.
Mm-hmm.
Right away, people were like, how can we help you? Come and sit and have dinner with us. When I went, I didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
Didn't know anybody. I had met over, the phone, my upline person, but I'm in Colorado. She's in New York. So I was kind of like going, all right, this is going to could be awkward. But at the same time, I was like, I really want to know before I decide how much I'm going to get emotionally and physically invested in this. And I walked away going, guess I was wrong. You know what I mean?
You walk away thinking, I can do that.
Right. I can be with these people. And the thing that I really also appreciated about it is the availability of, Heidi Whitehair, the CEO, where when she says, here's my number, call me. And you do, and she picks up the phone, and I'm like, who? She doesn't know me from boo, right?
Yeah.
Initially.
Yeah.
And so to have that, and to have the sense of community, or like you say, family, it's a culture that I've not experienced before, much like you, and I kind of came in going, who knows, but was willing to try because the product's so good.
I know for me when I started, because I knew right away that my first product was the Feel Great CBD. And I liked it because there's no THC in it. It's an isolate. You don't even have to worry about that 0.03% that you find in CBD products. Plus, it's not a yucky oil. It's a patch.
Right.
And I noticed that almost within the next few days, I was calling Susie, her name was. I'm like, where did you get this? What is this company? What is this? And she hooked me up with my upline, Penny Manel. And I'm like, and I didn't know this lady at all. So I'm a perfect stranger. And we're talking about going into business. And I didn't know if I could trust her. But I took a leap of faith, and I did. And the more I started to learn, I'm like, is this for real? And I tried to find the flaw, but I couldn't find it.
Similarly, right? Yeah. We're looking for something that is this too good to be true?
Yeah.
And, it's really not. The integrity, I feel like the quality of the product and the quality of the people, it's the same. There's not like a big hole that you're going to fall down.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can happen, but it's like, no. And it's been pretty amazing. And I will tell you what, for me, is this has added a lot of security.
Okay.
Again, when you get to be 70 years old or close to it, right? The opportunities are a little bit different. And how it happens too is, we tend to, my friends and whatever, a lot of the connections that I have are more in my age group.
Okay.
And the financial insecurity that comes when you become on a fixed income. Some people have retired, semi-retired. And I'm saying to people, what the heck? You want to jump on this?
And that's what I'm starting to think about. I'm 44, and I've got, I had a 14-year career with the DNR. I've been in emergency services for 10 years now.
Wow.
And the time commitment, like being a paramedic, is awesome. And I love helping people, and I love that, but I'm missing out on life.
Well, right. And this is the thing that I'm saying to people. It's like, who doesn't want a little extra?
Yeah.
To travel, to be able to not have to think about it. Do you know what I mean? To not have to think that, oh, I can't go and do this, or maybe I shouldn't, or I've got to pinch my pennies. And there's a lot of people in our senior community that kind of live that way because they're on a fixed income.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that I'm healthy, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to jump in and do something new. But I'm also finding for a lot of people, and it's not just older people, I mean, it can be any age group. This is such a simple thing.
Mm-hmm.
It takes energy, and it takes work. It's not like it's just going to magically happen.
But it's fun work.
But if you're feeling good about it, yes, when you believe in something and you share it and you follow what you care about people.
Yeah.
it just kind of happens. And you don't have to think about, oh, I'm selling, or, oh, this is this. It's just like, no, you're giving people an opportunity on all levels. And that's where kind of my thing is right now, I'm finding, is trying to encourage people to say, you're never too old to learn something new. Think about it. Because it's been a game changer for me. It has been a total game changer for me. I didn't expect it, didn't know I needed it, didn't know I wanted it. And here it is. And, I couldn't be more grateful on all levels.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I am too. And I'm new at like, I never heard of network marketing before, and I'm new at trying to, because I want my own business so badly, because I want to make my own schedule.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not really a shy person normally, but I find myself being more shy when I talk about this stuff, because I don't know why.
You just have to build confidence. And you know what? And the way that you build confidence is you just do it. You speak from your heart. And, I also put it out there, and this might, but I put it out there that I want to attract the people that are going to benefit from what I have to offer. Yeah. So I don't feel like I have to defend it, push people. If people aren't interested, fine, I walk away. You know what I mean? It's like, that's okay. And I feel the more that you do it, the more that it comes more naturally, and you just have to build your confidence, and that's practicing, I think.
And that's why I think one of the reasons why I'm very grateful that you took the time apart from your day to talk to me, because we just recently went on a trip to Florida. Like your trip to Dallas, we just had one to Florida, and I went looking for the flaw again, and I found all these wonderful people that I like her story. I like her story. I like her story, and she's got the same story as me. And I see these people that I see what's possible, and I want that.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like to it, and it is even at that convention, even when we were in Florida, and it was like, I'll tell you, it was kind of funny, but this is how Heidi Whitehair works. Is she texted me one morning and she goes, "Hey, how would you feel about getting up on stage with me?" And I'm a talker, so I'm comfortable in that situation, just for a few minutes, and we can talk about the Optimate, which is our digestive probiotic product. And I said, sure, absolutely. Little did I know that I was going to be up on stage for the better part of 45 minutes. And afterwards I said, what the heck? And she goes, well, that's how I get you to do things. I just get you in, jump. But, it builds your confidence, because you realize that you're just talking about what you know. Right. And then you realize, yeah, that doesn't hurt to get up there and do it. And people are very appreciative of your experience.
So you mentioned the Optimate. That's one of my favorite products, the pre and probiotic together, and helps with gut digestion. What other products do you like? Like, what's your lineup?
I use them all except for kids.
Me too.
So, I mean, and I just don't have a reason to use that. But you know what? Probably one of my favorite products that I've noticed the biggest change for myself is the Innov8tive+POSH with the collagen, the hyaluronic acid. Yes, it's called hair, skin, and nails, and I appreciate that. And has that all improved? It has. However, every cell in our body has collagen. So, and I know myself personally, I'm not always great at the protein aspect of the world.
Me either.
I know if there was something I probably could really use, that was going to be it. And the difference that it has made, not only, well, and for me, I'm like going, oh, well, if I'm looking better outwardly, then all my organs are probably really looking great inside as well. That's how I think about it. But I've also noticed that it's just very complementary. And that's the other thing. These products are formulated to work together.
Synergistically, yeah.
Synergistically, so you can build on them. And like I said, I use them all every day.
Yeah. My favorites are the CBD, of course, And because it's the THC free, I've got, I'm random drug tests, so I don't want to take any chances.
No,
But
you
then
have. Yes, yes.
I combine that with the energy, and that's really what helps me over the course of my work shift.
Right. Well, right. And not only the 24-hour thing, but you're a first responder, and the stress and all of that goes along with that is huge. So being able to take care of yourself and consistently, I think that's the other thing that I really appreciate about using this patch technology is you put it on in the morning, you put it on at night, or if you have something extra during the day, but it's not like you're having to do it 3 and 4 times a day, where in your career, you probably don't have the opportunity to carry all your pills around with you.
It'd be a big, huge box if I did.
Right, and be consistent. So that, I mean, I think that's the piece
That's the other thing that I like about the patches, because I do find, and I have found, depending upon what the shift is like, because, your body during times of stress will burn through those B vitamins. So I have a little baggie, and that's my vitamins, just this little bag.
Well, please, traveling, when we talk about going to these places, like going to Florida and whatever, I used to have a little carry-on specific for my supplements. Now I have everything in a nice little neat package, and it's like, how easy is this?
Yeah.
So, and just think about the landfill. And there's that, all those bottles.
Well, and I don't know this for a fact, because it's a woven fiber cloth patch. Is that biodegradable?
It's biodegradable.
Okay.
They're biodegradable. They go in my compost.
Really?
Yes. Yes. And I was really
going in my compost.
I was really curious to see, will they still be in there, when you mix it up and whatever? No, they disintegrate. So
really,
yeah, it's cool.
That is awesome, because the carbon footprint that we're leaving on this planet, it's quite remarkable when you stop and think about it.
Right. So that's just an extra little bonus, but I can feel good about it. I'm not having all those pills, the bottles and containers. And I can also feel good about I'm not having all of the stackers, all of the binders, all of that stuff. I mean, it's gotten to be a very efficient way of going. Anyway.
So what are some of your end goals, like, with this business? Where do you see yourself when you retire?
I'm not sure that retirement is really a thing for me, because I love what I do.
Yeah. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. And because business matters. It's not only that business matters, but it matters.
Heidi,
it matters.
I've got somebody at my door.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. I'm so sorry. No
worries. No worries at all.
Okay. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
So that was my friend Melody Masters, and stay tuned for more interviews coming up.